Hi, my name's Erin McNeil and I'm in Marseille, France.
Hey guys, this is Austin here for Light Team. We're in India.
Hello Athens, I'm Elizabeth Goodwin and I'm here with my parents Keith and Lisa Goodwin, and we're coming to you from Sihanouk Hospital in Cambodia.
Hi, I'm Katie.
I'm Carlisa.
And I'm Abby. And we represent Swamp Corps.
Swamp Corps is an organization that we started in 2010 with our teen ministry, who had the dream of bringing the swamp, a camp that we grew up with our whole entire lives, and bringing it to Jamaica.
We came here on May 27th to serve at a Hope Orphanage where there's like 40 HIV/AIDS children living there. And we came to serve at that Hope Orphanage. We built this permaculture system, which is like sustainability off of the land. We did that for the first month we were in India, and the second month we've been traveling around, seeing some different areas in India and serving the poor wherever we go.
The project here is called Project Northern Lights, and it is a prayer project that also distributes. My day begins at about 3:15, where a group of us go to the ports, and at these ports there's boats leaving for North Africa. The boats go to Algeria, Tunisia, and Morocco. And we give out packets that contain the New Testament in both Arabic and French.
Since Keith and I work at the hospital, that's what we'll talk about today. I'm the Women's Health Coordinator, and Keith is the Chief Administrator.
The Sihanouk Hospital opened in 1996 with a twofold mission. First, it was to provide clinical training for medical professionals across the country. Second, it was to provide free 24-hour medical care to all Cambodians with a particular focus on the poorest of the poor.
While we were in the orphanage, we would spend time with the kids, hang out with them, and just encourage them. And now that we're traveling, we'll stop and we'll feed orphans, or we'll clothe street kids, or whatever we feel led to do in the moment.
Earlier in summer, there was a lady coming through the ports, and one of our team members offered her a packet, and she gladly took it. And they had a chance to have a conversation, and the lady was saying that she had been having dreams where there was a man dressed in white calling her name, and she didn't know who the man was. All she knows is that his name was Emmanuel. And she went to cathedrals here she had been seeking for a while and was asking them who the man was, and they said they didn't know. And when we offered her the packet, she said she knows that it was Jesus. And so she got on the boat and went to North Africa, and she's been connected with missionaries there who are now discipling her.
I was studying the Bible before we went to Jamaica, and it was just really just a complete turnaround in my relationship with God. I came back a week later and got baptized, and since then we've had many baptisms in our own team ministry and 7+ in the Jamaican team ministry.
The hospital is holding true to these goals, and in an effort to be less dependent on donations from abroad and build permanent sustainability, it has opened 3 pay-for-service clinics which help to support the hospital in the pursuit of its mission.
Daily, the poor from Phnom Penh and surrounding provinces enter through Sihanouk's gate, looking for relief from their suffering. The hospital provides emergency care, medical and surgical treatment to about 3,000 patients a month. The hospital is focused on the diagnosis and treatment of infectious disease, with the main challenges being TB and HIV.
A couple of things that have been really impactful here is we were in a train station a couple of days ago, and there was this one kid who had leprosy. And it was really shocking, or not shocking, but it was really like sad to see this kid. He had like a boil on his shoulder and on his chin, and his fingers and toes were like showing the signs of like the early stages of leprosy. And so it was really sad to just see him, and he had his head wrapped up. It was just so sad to see him in a train station just begging for food and money. And so we were able to stop and give him food, and we didn't give him money, but we fed him, and we fed all of his friends in the train station that day, and that was really impactful. It's really cool to see the impact that God has on these people through us, just being able to like feed and clothe people who need it, like just the poor. We fed a woman just this morning. We were getting omelets, we were getting like egg sandwiches, and we fed her one as well because she came by asking. And just to see the gratitude, she was thanking us, and she was putting her hand on like our knees and just like saying thank you, like before we even gave her the food. She was so grateful.
We currently have a team in Barbados right now. We're going to be heading down to Jamaica for our 3rd year in about 2 weeks, and we're having a team go down to South Africa at the end of the year for our 2nd year of camp. And we have talks of going to so many different places. We've had calls from all over the world, and hopefully next year our next adventure will be Brazil.
That's one of the ways I've been impacted this summer, is to see the different ways that God works. It's taught me that there is really no limit to His power, and even though I've limited Him, that he can do anything, and if he wants to save a village in North Africa in one night by giving them all dreams, that he can do that. I've also learned to pray for big things. A lot of times I'll pray for small things where if God doesn't come through, I have a backup plan, but now I'm praying that people will have dreams of Jesus, which I've never prayed for before, and it's like for the first time I believe that, because I know that he can do anything and he can save anyone. So that's one of the big things I've learned, just how I've limited God in the past, and that his power reaches everywhere and that he works in mighty ways over here, and especially in North Africa where people don't get a chance to hear the gospel. In newspapers in North Africa and on the radio, they're telling people not to accept packets because it's been working, and because people have been asking about Jesus and wondering who he is and coming to know Christ. And so that's a big prayer request for us.
God is using disciples to relieve suffering in this part of Asia. If you want to help, we have an extra bedroom and we'll leave the light on just for you.
The way that God can use us is just incredible when you make yourself available. Prayers that we could use here in India are for our safety and for our health, but mainly for the kids' health, and for Rocky, a brother from Pittsburgh who's been living in Chennai for the past 4 years or so, serving at the orphanage. Any kind of Facebook messages or anything would encourage him greatly, and just please be praying for him and pray for the kids' health and safety, and for the overall state of hope in Chennai.